Is it proper to question God? Ever? If you're a heretic, then yeah. Of course, if you're a heretic, you don't need permission anyway. Exactly. So what if you're not a heretic? If you're not a heretic, then you're, say it, religious. Praise the Lord! You're religious and you want to question God? Who does that? For example, Moses. Moses questions God. When Moses has his first appointment with Pharaoh, he says, let my people go. God says that. Let my people go. Pharaoh gets so mad that he increases the workload of the Israelites. Besides having to manufacture bricks at the same quota, they have to go out and find the straw to make the bricks, so that it's literally working them to death. Right, and that's when Moses turns to God and says, hey God, why have you harmed this people? See? So Moses questions God's justice? Not quite. Questioning God's justice is really a rhetorical gesture. People who question God's justice come with their answers already prepared and their minds already made up. Moses is actually asking a question. He wants to understand what God is doing. But isn't it better to just accept? Well, it would be if accepting really meant accepting, taking in. Moses and the Jewish people inherited their emunah, their faith and trust in God, from the patriarchs and the matriarchs. So their emunah was quite strong. Their spiritual patrimony was a strong trust and belief in God that went beyond understanding, that transcended rationality. That's what emunah is. But if they were going to be redeemed from Egypt and receive the Torah at Sinai, it wasn't enough for their emunah to remain an inheritance. They had to somehow appropriate it into their own being and make it their own. And the only way to do that is to allow the transcendence of the intellect, that is emunah, that is faith and trust in God, to somehow be experienced intellectually. Which sounds like a paradox, but it's really not. Emunah, the transcendence of the mind, the fact that the mind is transcended, is something that has to permeate the mind by questioning. Questioning is the horse that pulls the cart of understanding. So it's a good thing the Israelites had straw for the horse. Did he get an answer? Moses? Why have you mistreated this people? He did indeed. At least in this case, God explained that the trials and tribulations of the Jewish people in Egypt was a prelude to an unprecedented revelation. God had revealed himself to the patriarchs as one who makes promises, but it was to Moses and the people in Egypt that he showed himself as the one who keeps promises, the faithful one, the truthful one, the Ne'eman, the one who binds the past and the present and the future together. And this new revelation was solicited by Moses' very question. Whoa, headspin, brilliant. Whoa. But wait, I have another question. You're getting the hang of it.